Any other traits of long-term people that I've missed, Ankur?
They're very patient with results. I quote Naval again here. I'm impatient with action, but patient with the result. The long-term approach is you know something has to be done and you get it done. But once you've done it, you're not impatient of why it's not yielding results.
You are not going to get rich renting your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business to gain your financial freedom. Angel investing, investing in stocks, mutual funds, like owning IP rights to some film that someone bought, or owning media. Media matlab books, movies, videos, jo bhi ho, are all ways to own a piece of something that will keep making money long term.
The inflation and the cost around you and like things in general will catch up with you because your growth will be linear. Thoda bahut upar niche ho jayega. You might be promoted a year earlier than others, or even if you're a freelancer, your rates might go slightly higher than others.
So the rent will increase, but it's still rent.
The second half, when you own equity, then there is an exponential charge.
A good way of thinking about this is even if you look at the top CEOs in the world, irrespective of how big the company is, and irrespective of whether it's their choice or not, you will see that the fixed salary composition of their income is more or less static. Like it doesn't move. Everyone's getting between $1 to $5 million, give or take here and there. Now, even if you look at Mukesh Ambani ki kitni salary hai, or anyone else in that system, their wealth has come from owning that company and having stocks in that company. Not because साला salary था, चाहे वो जितना भी हो. It's not that
shares है उसके पास. हर share का भाव
exactly.
50 रुपया है. Suddenly हो गया ना 200 करोड़. अब साल का 2 करोड़ तो कमा ही रहा हूँ, वो तो ठीक है. पर मेरे पास 200 करोड़ का valuation है, मेरा net worth. You will get rich by giving society what it wants, but does not yet know how to get at scale. What a fantastic tweet this is.
The way that I read this is, and I love the concept of ikigai, which is basically the Japanese term for purpose of life or meaning of life. It's an intersection of 4 things: things that you're good at, things you're happy doing, things what the world needs, and things that you can be paid for. When I read that, I remember the first time this was like, oh, this is stemming from the ikigai concept that you will get rich by giving society what it needs, but does not yet know how to get. There are enough and more people who react to explicitly stated needs of the world. You went to 2007 and you asked everyone in the world, hey, do you want a better phone? And you're like, yeah, we want a better phone. How do you want the better phone to be? And everyone's like, oh, this could be faster. It could be slightly bigger. It could be more secure. It could be this and that, better looking, cool, blah, blah, blah. No one in the world would have said, you know what? I would love a phone that I can use with my fingers. No one would have said it. So it's genius for you to identify what the not explicit, but the implicit stated need of the world is, and then give society that. When you give it to them, they'll be like, fuck, ye tumhe to khud bhi nahi pata tha mujhe chahiye. And then, of course, if you do it at scale, you will get rich. If you don't do it at scale, you may just remain happy. You may just remain content.
Like Henry Ford famously said that if I went to society and asked what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. You know what I mean? But then he made Model T and life changed. Society ka imagination us scale pe nahi chal right. The onus is on you. Onus is on Ankur.
Like YouTube didn't know they wanted a comedian who's also a gamer. Let's look at Amazon Uber. Like society just knew they wanted convenience. They didn't know how to get it. Here came a guy who said, I'm going to let you press a button and a car comes, and after that you're going to be blown away. Society needed that. Let's look at Amazon. Something that you wanted will come to your doorstep. Society knew that they would want convenience, they just didn't know how to get it. Which is why a lot of entrepreneurs, jab shuruaat karte, often the place where they start is what is a problem? Like there is a young audience who is watching this. So मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूँ. Like a lot of people want to make YouTube videos right now. ऐसा क्या है YouTube पे जो अभी तक नहीं है? Try to find something which you feel like this doesn't exist right now, and I think कि इसके लिए बहुत बड़ी audience आ सकती है. You know, audience is your consumer. If you do more of what already exists, you are only saturating the market further, and it is harder for you to break through. Don't partner with cynics and pessimists. Their beliefs are self-fulfilling. Why did both of you laugh?
Unlike the previous one where I had my doubts, I strongly believe in this. I consciously avoid talking to or having discussion with cynics and pessimists. I am too optimist and too glass half full to a point where it might be irritating for people who know me. Aisa bhi kya. And with age, I have actively gone out of my way.
Don't partner with cynics and pessimists, तो obvious है. Of course, if you're going to play a game, you want someone जो optimistic है, जो yes and करता है आपके साथ. Improv का rule है. Their beliefs are self-fulfilling. इसका मतलब क्या है?
Whatever they see in the world, their first response will be, देखा, बोला था ना. They are looking at the world through the prism of what confirms to their
Their
biases.
belief.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So they will suck you into that trap. There's a principle that I hold very dear to myself, which is never build the product for the 5% audience, because they're going to be the ones with the loudest noise. But if you build for them, you will destroy the experience for the 95% who weren't complaining. And that is what it is. The 5% are just so strong and vocal and always shouting and always saying things are not right. Hame ye chahiye, hame ye chahiye, hame ye chahiye. And everything that they're seeing is in that 5% prism. They will always find कि जो उनका सोच है, जो उनका नजरिया है, वही सही है.
So if you think of it, there is cynicism and pessimism at our home also. So most people's fathers, right, play that role so beautifully. Fathers always end up being right. How? Because their beliefs are self-fulfilling. The rule is that they don't have a skin in the game. If anybody who does not have a skin in your game is not something that you should be speaking to or talking to.
Skin in the game का मतलब ये है, मैं बता दूं, अगर आप साइड पे बैठ के बोलते तेरा धंधा बहुत अच्छा है, तेरा धंधा बहुत अच्छा है, ओके, पैसे दे, इन्वेस्ट कर ले, आजा मेरे धंधे में, put your skin in the game. That's when you can truly believe, someone's either appreciation or maybe even criticism.
And I think one thing that most cynics want, right? They're waiting for that chance, right? कि मैं तेरे को कब बताऊं? My question is, why do you want to give that joy to someone? The joy of failure is yours, not somebody else's.
I'm still thinking about the 5% thing that Ankur said, and it's one of the best things I'm taking out of this session. Because as artists, as anyone who is even like remotely out there in the public space, this 5% that Ankur was talking about are the most vocal ones. They will always comment negative on your video. The reason why I'm coming back to it is because it's so easy to fall into that trap of making sure that 5% is happy. I'll give a very small example. I was doing a show in Habitat here, and there were 3 foreigners sitting in the crowd. Okay, they were not even vocal or something. Okay, I was hosting, and I was like, oh fuck, foreigner बैठे हैं, मुझे पूरा English करना पड़ेगा. My jokes are falling flat because I'm literally translating in my head. I opened, like I was hosting, so I did 10 minutes, came back, I was like, fuck, मैं इतना क्यों भाग रहा हूँ यार? I do. And then Rahul, my friend, and he told me कि you're performing for them, right? I'm like, yeah, fuck, never do that. Never do that.
It takes a special void in someone for you to be hateful consistently on everything online, right? I used to be that person. I was very vocal about my opinions, etc., etc. If I didn't like something someone tweeted, I would probably talk about it. Now when I have these feelings, I'm like, आज मेरा दिन खराब जा रहा है क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ आज, which is making me a cynic and a pessimist today. Big business partners with high intelligence, energy, and overall integrity. This goes with long-term people का जो tweet था.
Yeah.
I think high intelligence with optimism is such a potent combination, right? ये बंदा smart तो है ही, but he's looking at the best case result. Next is energy. मतलब of course, inspiration is perishable. कल करे सो आज. If you have energy, you will take action quickly. And above all, integrity. खराब होएगा तो धोखा नहीं देगा.
My most favorite part about this tweet is how he says above all integrity. You know why? Because intelligence फिर भी ऊपर नीचे होता है इंसान का. Talent ऊपर नीचे, energy ऊपर नीचे सब. But above all integrity, and Tanmay and I and like a few friends of ours have discussed it a lot of times. Like when you start working on a sketch or trying to form a collective or YouTube channel, any venture, अगर तू funny है कि नहीं वो चलता है यार 18-19, या तू मतलब कैसा है, तू contribute कर रहा है कि नहीं, writing room में कैसा है, वो सब थोड़ा बहुत चलता है. But integrity में समझौता नहीं कर सकती. You are working with like people with high integrity. You're sorted on so many levels. They are the ones who will question you. Who will be like, nahi, I don't think Tanmay you should do this. They're not there just for like, hey, joke mara.
I would actually expand that and say, not just business partners, pick your relationships which are exactly on.
Yes.
It may seem like high intelligence and energy is too high a qualifier for relationships, but that intelligence in that relationship needn't be the IQ that one is speaking about. It could very well be the EQ that's one speaking about. It could very well be the intelligence or the maturity to understand what this relationship needs or means or has to have to nurture it. Energy is just such an important part, at least in my life, because I speak about this often. There are relationships which are important to you, are energy sucking. Like when you have a conversation with that individual, uske baad you feel drained out. You don't feel energized. You almost feel like, this took so much out of me. And it very well may be that you were helping. It very well may be that you were listening. It very well may be that you were being your best self, but it still left you with lesser energy than you started with. And that, if it continues forever, is not a long-term play. It can't be. You're tricking and fooling yourself that I'm being the nice guy or girl here, helping my friend, my parents, my whosoever, not realizing that it's draining you out of the only asset that you have within you.
there are diminishers and there are reflectors. Diminishers are people who make you feel much smaller than who you are. Reflectors are people who make you feel much bigger than who you are. There are people जो जिनके साथ आप काम करते हो वो बोलते अरे तू मैं बता रहा हूँ you can do it. You are अरे how can you feel like this about yourself? Just trust me on it. उससे आपका optimism बढ़ता है, आपका energy बढ़ता है, आपका general the vibe becomes very good. And there are diminishers who, you know, the way they talk to you, they make you feel smaller than what you should be. Like how when I introduced Kumar Varun.
A manager is one who makes you feel that they are important. A leader is one who makes you feel that you are important.
People who are not have high integrity are typically driven by status. They are not driven by that. And people who are driven by status will always need external or internal validation. So anger comes from internal validation. And I'm not saying that all of us are it. There are parts that I am status driven. There is a part that I could be well driven. Over time, they're only trying to elevate themselves by default elevating others.
I think people with high integrity, they don't play zero-sum games also. They play positive sum games. कि मेरी भलाई में तेरी भलाई है, तेरी भलाई में मेरी भलाई है.
I was reflecting on the draining energy part that Ankur said. And anytime someone says like this, you start wondering in which relationship you're which party. You know, we are all in such relationship where we are like draining off our energy because we are like, इसको मैं 2 घंटे समझा रहा हूँ, क्यों नहीं समझ रही है, या समझ रहा है. And then you start thinking and you're like, maybe that 3 a.m. call that day, I was the other party. सामने वाला is just being nice. 2 घंटे में तो.
Yeah, we've all been on either sides, right? We've all been on either sides.
Sure.
And specific knowledge is often highly technical or creative. It cannot be outsourced or automated. This one is slightly more nuanced than earlier. Ankur, what is specific knowledge that is being spoken of here?
So it goes back to the earlier tweet, which is you become rich by giving people what they want, but they don't know how to get yet. And that is the specific knowledge that Nav was referring to. Saying that the ability, the diagnosis, your concept of bringing to the world what they want, but they don't know how, is often extremely technical, which requires you to become a thorough expert, or is this creative side immensely, right? And a great example of that I feel is SpaceX, Elon Musk. Is it that the world didn't have rocket scientists before him? God, it always did. Is it that they didn't have money? They always did. Figuratively speaking, no one who said, यार rocket इतना महंगा क्यों होता है? अगर मैं literally एक पुर्जे को जोड़ूं, उसका दाम और उसका cost इतना ज़्यादा नहीं बैठता. And why is it not reusable? Like imagine how expensive would an airline ticket be if it just flew one way from Delhi to New York and was like, hey, it's done with. Sorry, one more plane. So took
he had
something
specific
so
knowledge.
inflected.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he didn't. He built this, but he knew that will be highly technical. So, of course, he couldn't give it to someone else. There are folklore stories of him getting deep into physics and reading all satellite history and the mechanics of it. He didn't outsource it. He didn't hire the smartest person to do it for him. He's like, I will do it. And then, of course, I'll compile the world to play long-term games.
Yeah, specific knowledge. I think the second half of this tweet now बहुत important है. I wouldn't frame it as it cannot be. It's harder to outsource it and automate it. So if there's just a bad example, right? if आपके advertising agency में एक बहुत ही amazing writer या creative director है, client को बहुत मुश्किल होगा उस एजेंसी को रिप्लेस करने के लिए, क्योंकि इस बंदे का जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है आपके ब्रांड और आपके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में. बट द पॉइंट बीइंग दैट इफ यू हैव स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज, इट्स हार्ड टू रिप्लेस यू और ऑटोमेट यू, व्हिच द होल वर्ल्ड इज कॉन्स्टेंटली ट्राइंग टू डू. इफ यू आर नॉट रेलेवेंट टू द वर्ल्ड, यू विल गेट रिप्लेस्ड और ऑटोमेटेड. तो स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज इज डिफिकल्ट.
And the thing is, we assume that we want things easy, right? This whole get rich quick scheme and deep knowledge that you can repeat yourself continuously cannot happen without you have to get into the brass tacks and fail multiple times. Knowledge cannot be gained with one try or even multiple tries. It has to be a continuous context. If it has to be continuous, how can you outsource it or how can you automate? Because you want to fail every morning when you wake up on something of that particular knowledge. It could be like, if I'm a writer, I want to write a bad thing because over time I will become better.
I want to give an example of KV only here, right? KV is a unique product in that sense, which has specific knowledge. ऐसा बहुत मुश्किल होगा to find another comedian who has such deep knowledge about how an office his functions and is able to find humor in it. He has specific knowledge about this world, right? Which is hard to replace. KV, correct me if I'm wrong.
इसको कौन मना करेगा? Who correct?
Why would he correct you? Even if you're wrong.
My life. Why would I correct you? It's like lifetime achievement award goes to Amitabh Bachchan. He comes like, dude, इतना भी नहीं. Best actor man. नहीं. Hello, please. I just want to add on this tweet. Look at all the industries and things that are usually outsourced or automated. They are never too technical or creative.
Yeah.
Like look at the entire outsourcing industry. It's mostly driven by customer care. There's very set algorithm. Like sir, आपने computer restart किया क्या? Sir, आपने LAN cable निकाल के डाला क्या? It's very like Zomato order पहुंच चुका है sir. This is your order ID. Automated is also the entire AI thing. The delight of a business where the creativity lies. Like you said, harder to be automated or outsourced.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
sometimes.
Idea generation can never be automated, right?
Yeah.
You're creating
Yeah.
something from scratch. It can never be automated.
Yeah.
Anything that can be iterated further. एक ही चीज को 10 बार करना है, that will be automated. Building specific knowledge will feel like play to you, but it will look like work to others. I look at what you post about finance every day. It looks to me like it's like quantum physics, but to you it comes so naturally because you have specific knowledge about this. Comedians को often पूछते हैं कि कहाँ से आता है ये? And the answer is always us being dumbfounded, like पता नहीं, बस मजा आता है, कर लेते हैं. I don't know. I guess it just comes.
बचपन से मैं ऐसे इंटरव्यू देख के बहुत गुस्सा आता था मुझे. Like when I was in school, like as a Bollywood fan, I used to see like these interviews की ये म्यूजिक तो मैं ऐसा जॉगिंग कर रहा था और मैं दिमाग में ये धुन आई और मैंने घर जाके धुन बनाया और ये गाना आ गया. मैं क्या क्यों क्या बना रहा है यार? बताना कैसे किया यार? बताना.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Ankur, I know that at any point, if I come to you with some sort of business problem, right? You have so much knowledge by actually having been in the grind and done this stuff. To me, it's like, how did you even learn this? Where does it even come from? But to you, it feels like, it's natural. This is how I think.
The individuals who are able to build this specific knowledge, the more they build it, the less capable they are of distributing it. Because they don't even understand
how
the gap between where people are and where they are. You'll write a joke and you'll be like, यार इस जोक को बनाने का जो प्रोसेस था वो मैं किसी के साथ थोड़ी शेयर करूंगा. ये तो बच्चों वाला चीज है, ये तो सबको पता होगा. But we don't even realize कि लोग कहाँ है.
Like we हम लोग writing sessions करते रहे. I didn't even know people would be interested in it, right? It's literally
exactly.
What,
Naval's mentor and guide is this guy called Kapil Gupta, who I've been following for the longest time. He is a brilliant coach. He tweets really well and so on. So they have a podcast with each other. And that is when you actually see Naval not as a guru, but as a student for the first time, where he's like literally submissive and now please give me all the gyan and so on. And Vaha Kapil, who clearly comes across as a very wise man, he said that if you speak to most high achievers in this world and ask them how they got there, which is to the point that KV was referring, they wouldn't know. All that they will say is hard work. They wouldn't know any better because for them it didn't feel like work. Like उनको, it's like Roger Federer से पूछेगा ना, भाई कैसे किया बे? How did you even play these shots? like मुझे नहीं पता भाई. सच में मतलब literally वो टांग में से वो रैकेट निकल जाता है और मुझे पता भी नहीं चलता कि मैं कुछ ऐसा कर रहा हूँ. वो माइकल जॉर्डन की डॉक्यूमेंट्री and everyone just saying he was blessed and he's just saying, no, I just worked hard.
Think of something in your life that other people ask you, hey, तू कैसा करता है ये? That is specific knowledge that you have. People will tell you what your specific knowledge is. You wouldn't even, like, I discovered this about myself when I went to Bangalore, right? I spent time consulting with startups. Like, AIB में sketch idea तो ऐसे घंटे में 50 निकलते थे. And we would just be like, yeah, अच्छा नहीं है. I'm sitting with marketing executives and they'll be like, अरे ये करना है आपने को. मैं बोला, अच्छा ये कर सकता है. देखते 10 मिनट में 15 आइडिया निकल गए. And they're just sitting there saying, oh shit, ये भी अच्छा है. I'm like, oh really? Oh, I guess this is my specific knowledge. I know this well.
Correct.
And it's in this bizarre moment that I was able to find another role. There is this market that doesn't understand this as well and I have specific knowledge about it. And how can I fit myself there? So people will tell you what your specific knowledge is.
One thing that happens though in this, that people start thinking this specific knowledge and passion has to be the same, right? Because if you, what do I play? But it's not. First of all, there is nothing called passion. Only your repeated action of something that you found interesting. You're curious about it to the effect that it does not matter. तू मेरे को 2 बजे उठा के बोलते गौरव वो चार्ट का क्या था या फाइनेंस का कुछ और अंकुर on a product or both of you on a sketch or a concept, right? मतलब it doesn't matter. So passion is so misguided as a word. Passion को ना फेंको बाहर और just find out what you're curious about.
I think passion को replace करके ikigai. What is your ikigai?
Absolutely.
ये करना चाहिए. Ikigai करना चाहिए. Passion बहुत misrepresent किया गया. मुझे passion के लिए बुरा लगता है कि भी. My passion is to break pens when my hands are not busy. That's actually my passion. I think the question should be, what is your ikigai? It doesn't matter what you enjoy only. Does the world want it? Will you get paid for it?
Correct.
Do you enjoy doing it? Are you good at it? All of these matter.
पैशन के लिए बुरा लग रहा है. अच्छा, लाइक मैं थॉट विजुअलाइज कर रहा हूँ कि ऐसे रूम में साइड में पैशन खड़ा है. ये क्या चल रहा है? इतने साल से मैं हर एचआर इंटरव्यू में मेरा नाम लिया गया है. हर इन्वेस्टर मीटिंग में, हर पिच मीटिंग में, हर इंटर्न मेरा नाम लेता है. ये सडनली इकिगाई कौन आ गया? Banned Japanese good.
Arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage to this. Ankur, I can already see your eyes light up. Arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. Specific knowledge is knowledge that you cannot be trained for. If society can train you, it can train someone else and replace you. तो इसका जो नीचे वाला ट्वीट है, ये हमने आई थिंक ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिया है कि अगर सब सीख सकते हैं तो आप में खूबी क्या है. नो डिसरिस्पेक्ट टू केवी, बट अगर कोई भी एमबीए कर सकता है तो एमबीए की वैल्यू क्या ही है. यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग?
हेलो, कोई भी नहीं कर सकता है. कोई भी अच्छे कॉलेज से नहीं कर सकता.
हाँ, fair, sure. ये FMS is your mode. Sure, I get that. It's the next tweet that fascinates me. Arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. And I throw it open to the panel. Ankur, beginning with you. What does accountability and leverage mean?
So accountability is that you have, as we were discussing earlier, skin in the game, which means if things go right, you benefit. If things don't go right, you lose. That is when, combined with the specific knowledge and the repercussions of your actions, you can actually play a game in the first place. And leverage is the ability that you actually have a repeatable process through which over time, the time that is required for you to do something gets lesser and lesser and lesser.
Ankur, if I can put it in a real world example, right? अगर आप आज के ज्ञान को यूज करके बताओ, अगर आप एक ग्राफिक डिजाइनर होते तो आप क्या क्या कर सकते?
If you're a graphic designer, you have two modes of living. One is the normal course that the world defines for you: junior graphic designer, senior graphic designer, lead graphic designer, normal tankha wali job karte.
Your time out.
Second is, you would say, hey, what is it that I know that can create wealth for me even when I am not working, that makes me accountable for my success and gives me leverage, which is that I can do a lot more or reach out to a lot more people than what I can physically in my time. You could say, I will create templates for motivational mobile background screens, or I will create Darth Vader Zoom backgrounds,
or I start an Instagram page where you can buy my specific graphic designs by printing it on something. I will print it. Correct. And I will give it to you, which is Correct. A business जो रात के 2 बजे जब आप सो रहे हो तभी भी कोई खरीद सकता है. आप एक ही बार एक डिजाइन बनाया, उसके 200 बिक गए, उसके 500 बिक गए, उसके 1000 बिक गए. और you start your own graphic design firm. This is your brand. You started it, right? उससे आप client लेके आते हो, उससे आप दूसरे लोग को hire कर सकते हो, उससे आप, you use your specific knowledge by starting your own firm. You made yourself accountable. ये मेरा brand है, ये मेरा company है.
I just want to add one point on the graphic design thing. Like everything Ankur has covered, and like the part where we were like, what is it that you do that you truly enjoy doing and you're curious about and all that. As an individual, I do not know what you do in your free time or what interests you or what you're really ikigai about, if not passionate about. Figure that out, and maybe that is something that society cannot teach you. Like, what is society teaching to a graphic designer? Online courses, college courses, module, etc. That's it. That's where society stops. If you are someone who is really into Bollywood, or if you're really into, say, Fyodor Dostoevsky novels, I don't know what you're interested about. Ludo, I don't know. If you can leverage that, that makes your business model totally irreplicable. Because you're not just a great graphic designer, you fucking love video games. How do I beat that? Because now you can design video games. तो PUBG का कुछ नया थीम बना सकता है, Scribble में कुछ और कर सकता है, Ludo with like proper theme. Because this is coming from what Tanmay had told me earlier. इन्होंने इतना बोला तो मैं कुछ तो बोलना पड़ेगा ना इनके बारे में. So the one thing I'm very curious about all my life is quizzing. Like meet Ankur, I know he studied at Hindu College, so I find my connect. Oh, मैं FMS में था, Hindu College में था. We went to the same campus. Oh, he went to Michigan. He went to ISB. 2 बजे उठा के he'll be like, what connects you and Ankur Vargo? I'll be like, nearby का एक मैंने ऐड किया था दाखिल के साथ जिसमें मैं उसका दोस्त बना था. That's one connect. You know, that is how my mind. So once Tanmay had told me that comedy or sketch anyone can replace you, that's not a big deal, and pure quizzing anyone can replace you. There are much better quiz masters in the country and the world, but this combination of quizzing and comedy, you are irreplaceable. You like almost like that's my leverage. So as a graphic designer, if you have something else,
one combination really, that you can do something that very other few people can do, or it's tough for someone else to do.
Tough to replicate.
Like for example, a lot of graphic designers do that. उनका एक particular style होता है. उनके graphics एक तरीके में दिखते हैं. वो कोई और बना नहीं सकता. Find your style, find your voice.
For any of these, like cinematography, society कितना ही चीजेगा. FTII or whatever these institutions will teach you. ये camera ऐसे होता है, तुमको ऐसे roll करना होता है, ये on होता है, ये off होता है. That's it. But how do you see a frame and you're like, oh, this is Ashok Mehta frame. Oh, this is Tarantino angle. You're like, oh, ये Fincher का angle है क्या? Oh, this has to be a Mani Ratnam movie. ये PC Sriram का cinematography होगा. How did that happen? Society did not teach them.
एक बार मैं एक Zoom call कर रहा था जहाँ पे एक engineer था जिसने बोला कि यार काश मैंने why you laughing?
I'm so sorry. We've reached a point in life where we are like, एक बार मैं Zoom call कर रहा था.
एक बार Zoom call कर रहा था जहाँ एक engineer था.
Yeah, but this actually happened on a Zoom call. That's how I remember.
Exactly what I'm saying. There was a point we used to be like, मैं एक बार बंदे से पार्टी में मिला था, मीटिंग में मिला था, वर्कशॉप में मिला था, रोड पे मिला था. एक बार मैं एक Zoom call कर
anyway, एक बार मैं Zoom call पे था, फैंस के साथ था, और उस पे एक बंदा था जिसने एक चीज बोला कि I wish I could go back in time and I could start doing comedy when I was 21, 22, etc. मैं बस इंजीनियर रह गया यार, like that. And I said, you don't understand what a superpower you have. Power to code is infinite leverage. आप सोसाइटी में क्या प्रॉब्लम है, आप उसके लिए एक ऐसी चीज बना सकते हो. ऐप जो है वो रात को भी चलता है, दिन में भी चलता है, वो चलते ही जाता है. एक बार आपने बना दिया तो बस बन गया. You can create a solution to a problem that can scale. You know, you are in the most powerful position in the world right now. तो आप कभी भी कॉमेडी कर सकते हो. But to learn coding now at my age, I'm not that old. But it's like
you'll be tomorrow.
I will be tomorrow. Yes. But it will be. It's much harder. So don't think of yourself as insignificant. You have specific knowledge about something. Somewhere, everyone who's watching this at some point, if not now, you will realize that you have specific knowledge. The trick is how can you take this and make yourself wealth.
I like the way that you put it. Engineers have the ability to make things, and it's unfortunate that they don't see it that way. Because the ability to create something out of nothing is the only thing that has driven mankind forward. And it has been science, and now, unfortunately, science is given such a bad vibe that, hey, tu engineer hai, yeah, tu engineer hai. Because there's just so many of them that have been trained, and that's why it goes to that. If society can train you, it can train someone else. And that's what engineers have become. They've just been limited to the fact that I went to an engineering school, so I can be an engineer, but so can anyone else be. And that's why I've lost my chance. If I have any regret in life, it is only that I cannot code. It's the only regret I have, that I cannot code. Because I like, oh shit, I have this idea, and I know that if I had it in me, I could have coded that app out in 24 hours and shipped out a scrappy version of it to see how it went. But now I have to rely on someone else who does it for me.
Yeah, even and I regret not knowing how to code, man.
It's just, and it goes for anything. It's mechanical engineering, it's civil, it's not dismissive. It's really not. Really not. It just takes. Yeah. It just takes.
There are some software engineers, right? Engineers who can code, who are like rock stars in Bangalore, right? Because they have such specific knowledge, they can command the price that they want, you know, who have worked in such specific sectors that they've become, in that sector, they are rock stars. तो वो लोग कहीं भी जाएंगे, बस मेरे को साल का 50 लाख इनसे तो सोच भी मत, मैं इतना वैल्यू क्रिएट करता है. They know, so they have leverage also because of that. KV, why are you smiling?
Because if जो भी आपसे ये बात पूछ रहा था, to him I can say that if it gives you any comfort, I know how to code. 11, 12 से लेकर engineering करके TCS में job करके, but मैंने कुछ नहीं उखाड़ा. If it helps.
और वैसे potential है. You just need to change the way you think. Gaurang, any closing thoughts?
If you become accountable to yourself, forget everybody else. No one matters. Just use these 3 for yourself. You don't have to build leverage. Leverage does not mean it's good against somebody else. Leverage for yourself. What is that conversation? What is that skill that I can have that builds my own leverage. What is my accountability to myself? Do I wake up in the morning and driven with passion, driven with concept to get things done? And that is irreplaceable. And coming back to what he was earlier saying, that's how you figure out what society needs. Because when you start believing in it from these three things is when you can make that difference. Otherwise, you're just going to go through the rut. And it does not need to be a startup. It does not need to be. It has to be that individual in that given role. It could be simply managing that house. We give very little credit to our mothers who they literally have specific knowledge on how to run the kitchen. There are about 650 SKUs in a kitchen. They take complete accountability. कौन सा लड़का बच्चा मतलब बिना खाए सोता है? And they use leverage. If you don't eat, they will tell you things. So it just, I'm just saying, if you want to know any of this, think of Naval, think of your mother. You will find your answer.
Gaurang always bringing relatability back. No matter what. I hope this was useful to everybody watching. आप एक exercise कर सकते हो, we missed out on a lot of different jobs, occupations. We don't know all of you individually. But ये जो मिला है आज, आप अपने life को apply करके देखिए. See how this applies to you specifically. Not every gyan is useful. Not everything applies to you. Not every piece of gyan might be true also. Apply your own mind. That discretion is always there. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Gaurang, Ankur, and that's it. Nobody else is I am a diminisher. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comment section. Do hit like and make sure you subscribe, guys, because you don't want to miss these wonderful people discussing some wonderful gyan. On that note, see you and yeah, see you. That's it. That's about it.